Thick fog chokes a small-town street at night, a flickering lantern casting ghostly shadows on huddled, fearful faces. A woman and a man whisper of strange events near the abandoned school, their words laced with terror and dread. Suddenly, a chilling scream slices through the oppressive silence, sending shivers down their spines. The scene fades to black, leaving an inescapable sense of profound dread hanging heavy in the air. The car's interior is bathed in daylight, hinting at an ordinary journey about to unfold. Suddenly, the mundane gives way to mystery as a title card blazes across the screen. Bold letters emerge, declaring a chilling truth: the ghost was fake. The words hang in the air, a promise of deception and hidden dangers. Then, with a stark finality, the second part of the revelation appears. The danger was real. The title card fades, leaving an unsettling echo, a stark warning of peril lurking beneath the surface. A late-model sedan glides into a quaint town, its idyllic facade hiding potential secrets. Ethan, focused and intense, scans the new surroundings, a scientific curiosity burning in his eyes. Beside him, Jake crunches on potato chips, scattering crumbs as he casts a wary glance at Ethan. Jake breaks the silence. "So, this is it? The town that invited you for a science project? Ghost stories?" Ethan dismisses him. "Ghost stories are exactly that, Jake. Stories. I'm not passing up unique geological formations." Jake retorts, "Right. This is where the main character, full of scientific curiosity, gets picked off first." Sunlight streams into a cozy local diner, illuminating Ethan and Jake deep in conversation across their booth. Lily approaches their table, her movements hesitant, eyes darting nervously as she leans in conspiratorially. "You guys shouldn't go near the old school at night. People say there are unsettling voices," Lily whispers. "The clanking of chains and screams," she continues, her voice dropping to a chilling hush. Jake's eyes widen, a flicker of genuine fear crossing his face as Lily adds, "The locals, they say it's a spirit." "Chains?" Jake whispers, his voice trembling. "I really regret leaving California." In the town square, a crowd gathers, their faces etched with a chilling blend of fear and devotion as evening descends. Reverend Crow, a dramatic figure on a makeshift platform, declares the abandoned school cursed, his voice booming. He urges prayers and donations for protection. Townspeople respond, dropping money into a collection box with solemn faces. Ethan observes the scene thoughtfully, remarking quietly to Jake, "Fear is a business." Jake, visibly shaken, adds his chilling thought, "Fear is also terrifying." Suddenly, a piercing scream rips through the evening air from a distance, plunging the entire crowd into a panicked frenzy. A chilling wind howls around the decaying facade of the abandoned school, moonlight painting stark shadows across its broken windows. Ethan, Jake, and Lily stand before the ominous structure, its crumbling walls looming large in the night. Jake shivers uncontrollably, his eyes wide with terror as he declares, "No way. I'm not going in there. It's too dangerous." Ethan, unfazed, tries to reassure him. "We're just checking it out. Come on." In the abandoned school, a sudden metallic clank shatters the silence, followed by an eerie whisper, "Get out." Jake screams in terror as a fleeting shadow darts across the wall, making Lily gasp in fright. The lights flicker erratically, casting dancing shadows as the air grows heavy with decay and unease. Ethan, surprisingly calm amidst the chaos, sniffs the air, his scientific curiosity piqued by an unusual scent. A faint hissing sound becomes audible, and Lily nervously asks Ethan, "What do you smell?" In the dim, dust-filled school lab, Ethan pulls out a small device, while Jake grins, asking, "Is that your new ghost radar?" Ethan corrects him. It's an air quality monitor, as the device suddenly beeps rapidly, his face turning grave. "This isn't paranormal," Ethan declares, pointing to a cracked pipe with a shimmering haze. Lily asks, "What is it then?" "A chemical leak. Probably carbon monoxide or methane buildup," Ethan reveals as Jake freezes, realizing the danger. Inside the school lab, an air quality monitor beeps insistently, its red lights flashing a dire warning. Ethan's voice rings with urgency as he explains the chemical leak, a faint haze thickening the air. The oppressive atmosphere grips the room, a palpable sense of danger replacing the everyday. Lily's gaze, once wary of ghosts, now fixes on a cracked pipe, her anxiety turning tangible and cold. Her eyes widen, the fear of the unknown giving way to the stark reality of immediate peril. In the sterile school lab, Jake, still reeling from a shocking revelation, eyes a leaking pipe with morbid curiosity. His initial terror gives way to an unsettling fascination as he cautiously approaches the dripping anomaly. He tentatively waves his hand near the leak, a hesitant dance with the unknown. A sudden recoil, a look of profound disgust contorting his face, reveals the pipe's unsettling secret. Ethan watches, a slight shake of his head betraying his concern for Jake's reckless antics. In the dimly lit school lab, Ethan's eyes dart across the room, searching for answers amidst forgotten equipment. Dust motes dance in the faint light as he scans shelves filled with archaic beakers and forgotten experiments. His gaze lands on a discarded, dusty textbook, a potential key to their urgent predicament. He snatches the book, its worn cover crackling as he hastily flips through yellowed pages. Ethan's brow furrows, desperate for any chemical clue to avert an unknown disaster. He searches for information, his fingers tracing faded diagrams, hoping to understand the hidden dangers. In the sterile school lab, Lily's face is a mask of dawning horror, the danger now chillingly clear. Her hands, trembling with urgency, snatch her phone from her pocket, a desperate lifeline in her grasp. Fingers jab frantically at the screen, a silent prayer for connection echoing in the quiet room. Her brows furrow, a deep crease of frustration as the signal stubbornly refuses to appear. The ancient walls of the school seem to mock her, absorbing all hope of contact, isolating her completely. Trapped within this toxic environment, Lily's gaze darts around, a prisoner of circumstance. In the sterile lab, tension hangs heavy, a silent, suffocating shroud. Jake, his face etched with strain, forces a smile, attempting to lighten the oppressive mood. His voice, a fragile thread, trembles slightly as he delivers a joke, a desperate plea for normalcy. Beneath the comedic facade, fear flickers in his eyes, a silent confession of terror. Maybe the ghost is just a really overdue gas bill, Jake quips, the words barely escaping his lips. In the desolate school lab, Ethan's gaze falls upon a rusted tank, its surface marred by time and neglect. He points a trembling finger at a faded warning label, barely decipherable. The words on the label, though indistinct, hint at a volatile chemical, a hidden danger. His expression, already etched with concern, deepens into a mask of grave apprehension. The stark reality of their perilous situation weighs heavily upon him, his eyes reflecting the impending doom. A chilling silence fills the air, amplifying the gravity of their predicament, a silent scream of warning. In the school lab, an air quality monitor emits a higher-pitched, urgent beep, signaling rising gas levels. The once steady lights now flicker wildly, casting erratic and unsettling shadows across the lab. The escalating beeps and erratic lights create a sense of growing unease and impending danger. The lab, once a place of learning, transforms into a scene of alarming atmospheric shifts. In the sterile school lab, the silence is suddenly broken by a harsh, dry cough. It's Lily, her body racked by the sudden spasm, a vivid testament to the gas's insidious work. Her hand instinctively flies to her mouth, a desperate attempt to stifle the sound, to ward off the encroaching threat. A glint of moisture appears in her eyes, a sign of the physical toll, the subtle betrayal of her own body. The cough echoes, a stark, unsettling sound in the quiet lab, amplifying the tension, the unseen danger. Her gaze, though watering, remains sharp, a silent plea for reprieve from the unseen assailant. In the chaotic school lab, Ethan snatches a piece of cloth, his movements urgent and precise. He quickly dampens the fabric under a leaky faucet, creating a makeshift filter against the unseen threat. His eyes dart between Lily and Jake, a silent command passing between them. He thrusts the damp cloth into their hands, a desperate gesture of protection. Lily and Jake cover their mouths and noses, their faces etched with fear and grim determination. In the sterile school lab, Jake's hands tremble, a piece of cloth, a flimsy shield against an unseen threat. He fumbles with the fabric, his movements clumsy and uncoordinated, a battle against the simple task. The cloth resists, an absurd struggle for control as his fingers betray him. A fleeting, nervous smile flickers across his lips, a desperate attempt at levity in the rising dread. His eyes dart around, a silent plea for composure as the tension mounts. The fabric finally yields, a small victory in a moment fraught with uncertainty. In the lab room, Ethan's newfound resolve ignites as he gestures towards a distant window, a beacon of desperate hope. His eyes, sharp and calculating, sweep across the room, assessing their dire situation with grave intensity. He turns to the others, his serious expression a stark warning of their urgent, perilous predicament. That window, it's our only way out. We need to move fast, and we need to be careful, he states, his voice urgent. In the tense silence of the school lab room, a chill permeates the air, a harbinger of dread. From the deepest shadows, a masked figure materializes, its form coalescing from the darkness itself. Its sudden appearance is a jolt of pure terror, a silent scream hanging in the air. The figure stands, a menacing silhouette against the dim light, its presence a stark, terrifying reality. In the ominous school lab, Jake's eyes widen with terror, a cloth muffling his desperate shriek. He struggles, bound and helpless, as a masked figure looms over him, a chilling presence in the dim light. The muffled cry escapes Jake's lips, a desperate plea swallowed by the oppressive silence. The masked figure, startled, recoils instantly, a shadow of fear crossing their hidden face. Without a word, the enigmatic figure turns, their form blurring as they vanish into the lab's depths. Jake's muffled voice echoes the chilling realization. The ghost has a face mask now. Ethan, fueled by adrenaline and a burning desire for answers, surges forward, chasing the elusive masked figure. His movements are swift and determined, a blur of motion down the school hallway. Lily and Jake hesitate, eyes wide with fear, a silent moment of terror frozen in time. A growing sense of urgency compels them forward, their fear giving way to an undeniable need to follow. The trio races down the hallway, their fates intertwined in the thrilling, desperate chase. The frantic chase explodes into the school's untamed backyard, a chaotic ballet of desperation. The masked figure, a silhouette of fear, struggles against the uneven, treacherous ground. Their footing fails, a sudden, jarring trip sending them off balance. A moment of suspended terror as they tumble, gravity asserting its cruel dominion. They land, with a sickening thud, awkwardly sprawled amidst a tangle of weeds and forgotten debris. The silent backyard now holds the chilling stillness of their fallen form, a moment of vulnerability. Ethan lunges, a blur of motion, reaching the shadowy figure that has fallen to the ground. He grapples with the figure, a desperate struggle under the harsh light of the schoolyard. With a sudden, forceful yank, Ethan rips the mask from the figure's face, revealing a shocking identity. Reverend Crow's face is revealed, wide-eyed and stunned, a mask of disbelief replacing his disguise. Lily, catching up, gasps, her hand flying to her mouth as she sees the truth. Her voice, a raw whisper of betrayal and shock, pierces the air. Reverend Crow, his composure shattered, struggles desperately against Ethan's iron grip, eyes wide with panic. His face contorts, a mask of fear, replacing his earlier calm as he tries to break free. He shouts, a desperate plea for understanding tearing from his throat. "You don't understand," he screams, his voice cracking with raw emotion. "They listen when they're afraid," he cries, a chilling justification echoing in the schoolyard. Ethan's eyes narrow, a chilling blend of disgust and anger twisting his features as he glares at Crow. His body language tightens with tension, every muscle poised for confrontation. He accuses Crow, his voice laced with venom. "You knew the gas leak was real." Crow's cold reply hangs heavy in the air. Fear pays better than truth. In the school backyard, Lily's face twists with raw betrayal and simmering anger, confronting Crow with a gaze of fire. Her voice, thick with emotion, trembles on the verge of breaking as she speaks, exposing the profound depth of his deception. "How could you exploit the town's trust?" she demands, her words cutting through the air, laden with pain and accusation. The weight of her question hangs heavy, a stark testament to the shattered trust between them. In the school backyard, Jake gasps for breath, his chest heaving after the frantic chase. He turns to Crow, his eyes wide with a mix of disbelief and a flicker of his usual sardonic wit. A wry smile plays on Jake's lips, a testament to his unbreakable spirit even in the face of chaos. His gaze holds a cynical amusement, as if the absurdity of the situation is not lost on him. With a shake of his head, Jake mutters, "False prophets and faulty pipes." His words hang in the air, a darkly humorous commentary on their predicament. Ethan, having secured Crow, rapidly surveys his surroundings, his eyes darting with urgency. A grim realization washes over him as he grasps the dire situation, the town in immediate peril. The unseen threat of the gas leak looms, demanding immediate action. He knows everyone must be alerted, a desperate race against time unfolding before him. In the school backyard, Lily, still reeling from a shocking discovery, turns to Ethan, her eyes wide with a mix of concern and resolve. A plan begins to form in her mind, a flicker of hope amidst the chaos. She gestures vaguely towards the distant town, her hand tracing an urgent path through the air. Her voice, clear and determined, cuts through the tension. "I can help you, Ethan," she adds with growing conviction. "I know all the shortcuts in town." A desperate plea in her eyes, she concludes. "We can get to the square fast and warn everyone." In the desolate school backyard, Jake's wide eyes are filled with raw fear, reflecting the terror of his predicament. He clutches his phone, his hand trembling as he desperately tries to find a signal amidst the silence. A single, fragile bar of signal flickers on the screen, a beacon of hope in the overwhelming darkness. His fingers, shaking with urgency, fumble with the numbers, each touch a desperate plea for help. The screen glows faintly, illuminating his face, etched with a mixture of fear and a fragile, desperate hope. The town square is a restless sea of anxious faces, their eyes darting with palpable unease. A persistent, hacking cough pierces the tense air, a chilling symptom rippling through the crowd. Subtle disorientation clouds their gazes, revealing the insidious effects of the unseen gas. A silent alarm hangs heavy in the air, a palpable tension gripping every soul in the square. Ethan, Lily, and Jake burst into the town square, their urgency palpable amidst the night's chaos. Ethan commands the center, his voice ringing with authority, addressing the terrified and bewildered crowd. The crowd, a sea of fearful faces, turns towards Ethan, seeking guidance and reassurance. Police officers, alerted by Jake's quick thinking, swiftly move through the square. Reverend Crow is suddenly surrounded, his presence now diminished by the arrival of the law. The tension in the square shifts as order begins to assert itself over the fear. Under flickering streetlights, Ethan confronts the stunned townspeople, their faces etched with disbelief. His voice, a sharp blade in the night, reveals the truth. Their ghosts were toxic gas hallucinations. He exposes the abandoned school as a silent killer, emphasizing the life-threatening danger it posed. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd as their eyes widen, horror dawning with the realization of their peril. Lily steps forward, her silhouette stark against the flickering torchlight commanding the town square. Her voice, strong and clear, cuts through the murmurs of the crowd, echoing Ethan's earlier words. Many townsfolk nod, their faces shifting from fear to contemplation as Lily speaks. "We have relied on superstition over safety for too long. Let this be a lesson we all learn from," she declares. Under the pale moonlight of the town square, Jake, with a mischievous grin, slowly raises his hand. The crowd, a sea of anxious faces, watches his every move, a mixture of nervous laughter and tears. Their eyes, wide with anticipation, fixate on Jake, hanging on his every word. A ripple of unease, then a murmur, spreads through the crowd as Jake's lips part. Jake's voice, clear and resonant, cuts through the night. So the real ghost was bad plumbing. A wave of bewildered relief washes over the crowd, their tension dissolving into stunned silence. Reverend Crow, his hands bound, is led through the town square under the watchful eyes of the police. His once charismatic face is now a mask of bitter resentment, etched with defiance. He turns his head slowly, his gaze sweeping over the silent, expectant crowd. A final, piercing look of defiance flashes in his eyes, a silent challenge to their judgment. The crowd watches, a collective shiver running through them as he is led away into the night. In the town square, the crowd begins to disperse, a quiet ripple of movement through the night. Many faces reflect a newfound understanding, the weight of a shared experience visible in their eyes. Lingering fear, a shadow on their features, slowly dissipates, replaced by a fragile sense of relief. A subtle shift in expression reveals a simmering anger towards Crow, a silent accusation in the air. Families gather, their movements a mix of urgency and the quiet comfort of being together. The square empties, leaving behind only the echoes of a night that forever changed its inhabitants. In the heart of the town square, under the cloak of night, Ethan, Lily, and Jake stand together, a silent victory in their eyes. A quiet satisfaction blooms across their faces, a testament to their shared triumph. They exchange a profound look, a wordless acknowledgement of their bond and their achievement. Having uncovered the truth and safeguarded their town, their faces reflect a deep sense of peace. The morning sun casts long, eerie shadows across the abandoned school, its harsh edges softened by the gentle light. The once terrifying building now appears less foreboding, a temporary truce with the light. Hazmat workers, cloaked in distinctive protective suits, move with methodical purpose. They meticulously seal the gas leak, a stark contrast to the recent terror that gripped this place. Their disciplined work attempts to erase the lingering horror, yet echoes of fear still cling to the air. Ethan stands observing the hazmat operation, a thoughtful expression on his face. His gaze sweeps over the now peaceful town, a stark contrast to recent chaos. He reflects on the events, a weight of experience in his eyes. A profound realization dawns on him. Fear spreads fast, but knowledge saves faster, he whispers, a quiet resolve in his voice. Lily approaches Ethan, a gentle smile gracing her lips, her eyes reflecting a renewed sense of hope. She nods in agreement with his statement, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. Her voice, filled with conviction, breaks the quiet morning. Science didn't just solve a mystery. A profound truth hangs in the air as Lily finishes. It saved lives. The morning sun casts a warm glow, illuminating the profound impact of her words. Jake, with his usual flair, approaches the group. His movements exaggerated and theatrical. He stretches dramatically, feigning a deep, weary sigh as if burdened by immense relief. A mischievous glint in his eye, Jake begins to speak, his voice laced with playful sarcasm. He pauses for dramatic effect, drawing out the moment with a wry smile. "And it saved me from dying of a heart attack," Jake quips, his eyes twinkling with humor. His feigned relief is so over the top, it almost convinces them. A master of comedic timing. The morning sun casts long shadows over the school grounds, now eerily calm and orderly. A profound stillness hangs in the air, a stark contrast to the previous night's forgotten chaos. Hazmat teams move with unsettling precision, their figures stark against the morning light. Each synchronized movement of the hazmat team speaks of scientific intervention and a chilling, methodical safety. Their silent work transforms the scene, erasing the remnants of fear with an unsettling efficiency. The school grounds, once a scene of turmoil, now stand as a testament to enforced order and a fragile peace. The morning sun stretches long shadows across the school. As townsfolk walk by, their faces transformed from fear to relief. Their eyes, once haunted, now hold a newfound peace, a quiet joy replacing the pervasive dread. They glance at the workers, a silent acknowledgement passing between them, a shared understanding of trials overcome. A few offer small, appreciative nods, a gesture of profound gratitude for the efforts of Ethan, Lily, and Jake. Ethan, Lily, and Jake stand amidst the morning's soft light, their presence a beacon of hope and resilience. The air hums with a quiet triumph, the town slowly reclaiming its spirit in the gentle morning light. The sky awakens with the sun's first tender kiss, painting the school in soft, ethereal hues. Ethan, Lily, and Jake emerge, their figures silhouetted, bathed in the dawn's golden embrace. Their steps are light, a symphony of shared triumph echoing in the morning's crisp air. A palpable sense of accomplishment surrounds them, a silent testament to their journey. They walk in comfortable unison, their bond a vibrant tapestry against the fading night. Under the morning sun, they stroll down the street, their path leading past a bustling notice board. Faded posters of Reverend Crow's spiritual guidance are systematically peeled away, revealing the wall beneath. A hand meticulously affixes a new official notice, a stark contrast to the old, tattered flyers. The board transforms, now adorned with stark, official notices about gas safety and community awareness. The old order is replaced by the new, a subtle but significant shift in the town's public face. The morning sun casts long shadows as Jake ambles down the quiet town street. His eyes catch on a peculiar sight by the roadside, a small abandoned ghost hunting kit. It lies forgotten, a poignant relic of the town's recent, fleeting obsession. Jake approaches it slowly, a flicker of amusement dancing in his eyes. He nudges the kit with his foot, a casual gesture revealing his knowing smirk, a silent acknowledgement of the folly, a wry smile playing on his lips. The morning sun casts long shadows as Ethan walks, a scientific textbook held with quiet reverence in his hand. A close-up reveals the worn cover of the textbook, a silent testament to its profound knowledge. His fingers trace the embossed title, a subtle gesture of respect for the truths contained within its pages. The book, a symbol of enlightenment, rests casually yet purposefully in his grasp as he continues his journey. Ethan's stride is confident, his connection to the book, a silent conversation between seeker and knowledge. The textbook is a beacon in his hand, guiding his path through the bustling town street. Under the soft glow of morning, the trio walks into the distance, their silhouettes gradually shrinking against the horizon. Their laughter, light and free, echoes in the crisp morning air, a fading melody of joy and camaraderie. The world around them slowly dissolves into an engulfing darkness, leaving only the memory of their receding forms. Against the stark black, a chilling truth emerges. Not every monster is supernatural. Sometimes the real danger is ignorance. A second, equally profound message appears, urging a vital choice. Choose facts over fear. The final, powerful directive materializes, a beacon of hope and reason. Choose science.